I had a little bit of experience working alone with Qigong, but it had been something that I had only looked at through a couple of books and then a video that I had seen while I was in college. So I was beginning to look into Qigong a little bit um, in college, and I had practiced a bit alone, and I enjoyed it, but it was sort of a limited practice, and I did want a teacher. Um, that experience was, whereas Peng's set involves moving, this was a static posture that I had adopted, and it was good for some strength and some circulation, but it left much to be desired. So I've taken the introduction class. I took that sometime last year, and then I took sort of a break for myself, and I was practicing alone a bit, and then I just recently came back for the introduction class. So on and off, I've studied personally for a year since doing the class, and now I'm back into it again. And I suppose what I've been learning is being more in tune with my body in the sense that I'm sort of able to feel more subtleties within, be it certain pains or being able to feel something like the heart beat a little more closely, and an increase in energy is what I have noticed as well. And that's sort of a gradual unfolding, and I'm sort of taking a look at where I was about this time last year, before I had started practicing, to now, and it's more of a steady stream of energy. I'm noticing when I'm sort of dipping down into my lower bouts of energy, it doesn't last as long, it's not as severe either. Um, and the sleep is able to be a bit deeper now, and I'm just able to go through a day a little more easily. And when I do have to stop, um, it's not as arresting. I don't feel so sludged down as I had in the past. I think for the amount of work I've put in so far, my expectations have been met. I am still working on increasing my discipline and increasing my practice to further my goals, but I think I've seen it exceed my expectations in some ways. When I was in the Gary Bjorklund marathon or half marathon rather, the Gary Bjorklund half marathon in Duluth, and um, my training consisted of some running. It was not very long distances, maybe 3 or 4 miles, and then I was doing my qigong practice regularly, and I think that helped significantly with my ability to regulate my breath, and just to keep my energy going, and that was some of the easiest running I'd done. I didn't feel tired or winded when I finished. Um, it was it was pretty graceful, and I think that qigong had a significant impact in that, in improving my circulation and improving my cardio and what I'm able to get out of a workout. I have one that sort of precedes my training with him. It was at one of his demonstrations and lectures. So I was at one of Peng's lectures, and he was doing his his qigong analysis, the diagnosis that he does. And I had gone up because I was curious about what his abilities were, and I wanted to get right in the thick of it and see what it was all about. And he was able to diagnose me very accurately on some of the problems that I'd been having, and I knew that stuff with some digestion. He saw like a cracked rib and a cracked spot on my skull, so I was pretty impressed by that. He was able to do that and have others verify that he was able to do that. But my experience was going up there, uh, and how he has it set up is he stands sort of some distance away from you, and then you sit down in a chair, much like I am now. And he's not facing you; he's looking the direction you're looking, and he's, I can't begin to explain exactly how it works because I'm still just a student. But he says, sort of plugging his energy in and seeing yours and getting feedback from that. But I was sitting there, and I don't have any trouble being in front of crowds or anything like that. I was a theater major. I've done acting for years and years and years. So I don't really get any sort of stage fright or any of those effects. But he was sitting next to me, and what happened was I felt like this rush of energy just like move up in me, and kind of like looking around like a big searchlight was on the inside of my body. And it made me giddy, and I just started laughing in front of all of these people, and I knew it was looking kind of strange, but it was just a strange experience to have that kind of rush of that weird searching around feeling within me. So that was something that gave me pause, and I thought, wow, this is pretty spectacular what he's able to do with his energy. And I was really impressed by that, and it got me to sign up and start working with him, which has been really wonderful. Peng is very down to earth and easy to work with. While the practice and the art of Qigong might seem mysterious in some ways, it's just because many of us in the West especially don't have a lot of exposure to it, and it's still a developing science, as it were. And Peng has a really good handle on that, on the experiences of it. And he also has a very easy to approach style. I mean, he's not one to be, he doesn't expect you to call him master or to treat him in any special way, other than, of course, you want to give everyone equal respect. But he makes it very easy, and I feel that there's really nothing to lose in going into it. There's a lot of strengthening that can be done, and I think that if someone wants to work on improving themselves, that Qigong is a very important aspect to that. Of course, diet and exercise with strength work and cardio is very important. I think if a person really wants to focus on improving their overall health and really wants to make that a priority, I think there's nothing to be worried about. It's at your own pace, and Peng is not pushing you to do anything other than to check into yourself and to see where you want to be. So it's not a high-risk situation, but as with anything, if you're really passionate about taking care of yourself, you shall. If you're passionate about taking care of yourself, then it's something good to look into, and it's very easy to be a part of the group here. I've had nothing but good experiences with the students, very easy to be around, and Peng is very down to earth and easy to be around. I've been treated by acupuncture. I have gone to physical therapy. I've taken, different various kinds of medicine in order to feel better and to strengthen. But I think that Qigong is such an important part of what I've done, and I think it's been the most effective too. So I would encourage anyone who's interested in Qigong or in just improving their health overall to definitely take a look into it, and to have had the chance to practice with Peng has been a real wonderful blessing in my life.